Okay, welcome to another short video with Explorer Michael in the wonderful city of Asilah. And I brought you here to the Beit al-Dana, which translated is the House of Tears. And this was the palace of Maui Ahed Raissouli. Raissouli was a clan chieftain, if you like, of the northern Rif Mountains. In his youth, the Sultan at the time, he got the mark of the man, and he was actually imprisoned in Modular, and he lived under very, very harsh conditions which would have broken a weaker man. The subsequent Sultan released Raissouli, and then he went on to a career of banditry and kidnapping. He was referred to as the last Barbary Pirate. He kidnapped a gentleman called Said MacLeod. He was a very interesting gentleman. He was a Scottish guy, and he was employed by the Sultan to put together a standing army for the Moroccan Sultan. And very proud of his Scots heritage, and very proud of his position here in Morocco. And he dressed himself in a burnous, the Moroccan dress, but with his own clan tartan used for the material. Anyway, he was released when his ransom was received, and then another gentleman, Walter Harris, was kidnapped, and he was a Times correspondent. And actually, when he was actually held captive by Raissouli, he actually had a very good relationship with him, and they became pals, very strangely enough. The Stockholm Syndrome. There was something more to it than that. And then he went on to kidnap an American gentleman. And excuse me while I look at my notes, because I really struggle to pronounce his name. His name was Hanfin Perdicaris. And he was kidnapped and held ransom. But the Americans, they weren't willing to pay a ransom. And they were going to send warships and so on. It was a real international crisis. And in fact, a film was made about it. It's called The Lion and the Wind. And Sean Connery played the role of Raissouli. And he did a very good job of it. It was all romanticised and so on. But it's a good swashbuckling film. When Perdicaris, when terms were agreed, the Sultan, paid him off, and one of the terms of Perdicaris' relief, this was negotiated with the Sultan rather than the Americans, was that he would be given the governorship of Asilah. And when he was here, he built this fine palace. Now we're just here in the courtyard here, and this is the main gate. And it was called Beit al-Dumara. Forgive me if I've mispronounced that. The House of Tears, because it was built in 1 year, because it was forced labour, and the people who worked here worked under very harsh conditions. This wasn't the end of the story of Raissouli. He then went on with a relationship with the Spanish, who were in the Rif Mountains, and he fought them and he parleyed with them, and they actually gave him a pension to stop fighting. But the other North Africans, they resented this, and Abdul Krim, the freedom fighter up there, they felt that if he had sided with them, perhaps they would have actually prevailed over the Spanish. And Abdul Krim's commandos, they seized him and he was held in captivity, and he died whilst in captivity. But we're left with this wonderful palace, and it really is a tourist spot now. Everybody who comes here has to have their photograph taken with this lovely niche here. And if we go around here, we have the exit to the palace, and on the other side we have the entrance to the palace. And people would wait on the sides there to actually meet Raissouli. Anyway, that's the Palace of Tears, the House of Tears. Thank you for watching this video, and look out for further videos which will be coming shortly. Thank you.